it, and I didn't want to put anybody on the spot, but what I found on that computer very much upset me, that two counselors and the ex-mayor were talking back and forth, having an illegal meeting over the emails. Yes, they were illegal meetings, and I didn't want to say that there were two counselors and an ex-mayor holding meetings, illegal meetings, over through the emails. And I didn't know what to do, so I called the attorney and asked him, and he asked me to send him the information.
With all due respect, the meetings were not illegal meetings, and you characterizing them as illegal meetings does not make them illegal meetings. If you review the statute, as I have done, you'll learn that the meetings we held were not illegal. They weren't unethical, they were entirely appropriate, and we're allowed to talk to one another. I can have a beer with her and talk to her all I want.
But all three of you together?
All three of us. Can you spell quorum? Quorum.
I think the question here that needs to be asked is, first of all, why, in my opinion, I understand why you called the attorney if you had concerns about, I understand why you would call the attorney if you had concerns. I don't understand why you called with the finance director, why you didn't involve your city administrator. Is there a reason why it wasn't Louis?
Yeah, so she is the city recorder, keeper of the record. So basically, she was the appropriate person to work with her and guide her to get it to get it set.
And after having that conversation with the attorney, and those conversations, and 3 days later, what was the result?
You know what? He never got back to me on it. To me personally, he never got back to me.
It was a big enough issue to go to him and spend $600 some odd dollars.
$684.
But no one followed up, or was it because in the conversation he made it clear to you that although, whatever, there was no violation?
Okay.
That was a question.
So I think if we look over the legal opinion drafted by Attorney Denmark, it's very clear that Ross Williamson's ethical duty is to us, the city council, not to Susie LeDuc and not to the mayor, to us, the council. And especially if there's information being transmitted to him that's detrimental to the former mayor, to the council, his responsibility is to me, not you. He's my attorney when there's a difference of opinion. And he can be disbarred for that. Okay? What you did, you put him in a spot where he can lose his license to practice law. That's how serious it is. You don't do that.
I think the question here becomes, have we lost faith in the attorney? I mean, I recognize that Barry has brought all this evidence before us. Councilor Carl has gone above and beyond, getting a legal opinion from another attorney about the question that we have, that Kevin posed. What is a city attorney's responsibility to the city, to the council, to the administration, to the citizens? What exactly is a city attorney supposed to do? And I know this last week and a half, or 2 weeks, as I've been looking through this, it's an interestingly legal topic. So I can't say that I am in any way an expert on it, but after reading through it, it became pretty obvious to me that the city attorney walks a fine line, that he does walk a line, that he is a representative of the city. His primary responsibility is the city's interests. And for me, if I take that next step, the next step is who represents the city? The elected officials of the city represent the city. They then hire the administration. So that, in logical sequence for me, means that the city attorney should keep the city advised. I recognize that we go to the city attorney for opinions. What is this? How do we do this? What's the best way? Louis, on many occasions, has reached out to the city attorney to get his advice as to what to do. But when we reach out to a city attorney to form an opinion or to get an opinion from him, which then turns around and is used in a private civil suit, I think we've crossed the line. That to me is a huge concern, and I may be totally off the mark, but my gut says I'm not.
Yeah.
So I want to say there is no fine line, with all due respect, Councilor Nichols. It's a very bright line. The attorney can offer advice and work with our city administrator, but once there's a situation that's adverse, then that attorney's responsibility is to the council, not to the city administrator or to the finance director or to the mayor. The attorney's ethical responsibility is to the council, and he crossed that bright line. There's no question about it. I've got it in black and white. It's not unclear. It's not fuzzy. It's right there in his billing statement. I'll read them to you once again. July 10th,